There's a conversation most men avoid after 60, not because they're ashamed, but because they think it doesn't matter anymore. They tell themselves it's part of aging, that it's normal. But here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. When men stop having sex after 60, something changes. And it's not just physical. We're not talking about vanity or performance. We're talking about deep internal shifts in your brain, your hormones, your emotional state, and even your long-term health. Sex after 60 isn't just about intimacy, it's about survival. And what happens when that part of life fades can shock you. Here are 6 powerful, scientifically backed changes that often occur when men stop having sex after 60, and why some of them might be quietly harming your health. 1. Testosterone levels can drop faster than expected. The decline in testosterone is part of aging, yes. But when regular sexual activity stops completely, the drop can accelerate. Sexual stimulation, even without intercourse, sends signals to your brain and body to maintain hormone production. When those signals stop, so does the message to keep testosterone levels steady. This can lead to lower energy, less motivation, increased fat storage, and even muscle loss. Many men start to feel off without understanding why. It's not just aging. It might be the absence of regular intimacy triggering the body to slow down production of what once kept it vibrant. And low testosterone is linked to heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, and even a higher risk of early death. 2. Cognitive decline may accelerate without regular intimacy. You might not think your brain cares whether you're having sex or not, but studies say otherwise. Men who maintain an active sex life into their later years often show better memory, sharper reasoning skills, and improved verbal fluency. Why? Because sexual activity stimulates blood flow to the brain, activates neural pathways tied to reward and emotion, and releases chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin that protect the brain against stress. Without these regular boosts, cognitive functions can begin to dull. You may forget names more often, struggle to focus, or feel foggy without knowing why. It's not just about crosswords and Sudoku. A part of keeping your mind young is staying physically and emotionally connected. 3. Emotional disconnection can sneak in. There's a loneliness that creeps in quietly. It's not just about physical touch, it's about feeling seen, desired, and emotionally close to someone. When intimacy fades, many men begin to withdraw emotionally without even realizing it. They stop opening up. They feel less confident, less wanted. And this isn't about pride, it's biology. Human beings are wired for connection, and physical closeness releases chemicals that make us feel bonded and secure. Without it, stress levels rise, cortisol increases, depression becomes more likely. Some men start to feel like they're disappearing, like they're just passing time rather than truly living. 4. Prostate health can be impacted. This one surprises many men. Ejaculation helps flush the prostate and may reduce the buildup of certain proteins that have been linked to prostate cancer. In fact, a study published in JAMA found that men who ejaculated more frequently had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer. When sex stops completely, that natural cycle of flushing the prostate ends too. While more research is needed, there's enough evidence to suggest that regular sexual release might be protective. Ignoring this aspect of health isn't just about giving up a pleasure. It might mean giving up a hidden defense mechanism you didn't even know your body had. 5. Your cardiovascular system gets less stimulation. Sex is, in many ways, a full body workout. It increases heart rate, improves circulation, and promotes vascular flexibility, all crucial for heart health. For men over 60, staying sexually active can actually support healthy blood pressure and reduce the risk of heart disease. When that regular activity stops, the heart and blood vessels lose a form of natural exercise. This doesn't mean sex alone replaces cardio workouts or medication, but combined with other lifestyle habits, it can play a quiet but vital role in keeping your cardiovascular system alert and responsive. Some doctors now believe sexual health should be viewed as part of heart health, and the two may be more closely connected than we ever thought. 6. Your sense of identity may shift. For decades, your masculinity might have been, at least in part, tied to your sexuality. Even if it's not something you talk about openly, it can live deep in the background of how you see yourself. When sex disappears, some men feel a quiet erosion of self, a sense that something essential has gone dormant. This doesn't mean you're less of a man, but it can trigger a subtle crisis of identity, especially if it happens suddenly, due to illness, loss, or relationship changes. It's important to recognize this shift for what it is, a psychological reckoning, and it deserves space and care. Some men channel that energy into new passions. Others reconnect with their partners in non-sexual ways that still create intimacy. But ignoring it only deepens the sense of invisibility many older men feel. This isn't about shame, or performance, or chasing youth. It's about staying connected to your body, to your mind, and to your sense of self. Sex after 60 might look different. It might happen less often, but its value doesn't fade. In fact, its benefits may become more vital than ever. If you've let that part of life go, ask yourself why. Was it choice, circumstance, or something you thought was inevitable? The truth is, it's never too late to rediscover intimacy, to reignite connection, to feel alive. Because sometimes what keeps us young isn't a pill, a gym, or a perfect diet. Sometimes it's love. Real, physical, human love. And that's worth talking about.